Good morning, students, parents, fellow teachers, and guests. I would like to welcome you to Sekolah Cikal PYP Exhibition 2022. I am Daniel, and it's a privilege for me to be the moderator of today's PYPX talk. All right, today we will look together at our students' journey in their PYP exhibition process. Without further ado, I now introduce our first presenter, Kamal Tirta Sasmita. Halo Kamal. Kamal,
Hello.
unmute. Yeah.
Hello.
Halo Kamal, how are you today?
Good.
Good. Are you ready? Ready. Okay, Kamal. The time is yours.
Hello. My name is Kamal, and today I'll be presenting my PYP journey of life on land, and my topic is deforestation.
Yep, Kamal. Hmm. Kamal, where is Kamal? Okay. By the way, the slide is ready. Is the slide ready?
It's ready.
Ready. Okay, where is it? Um, hmm. Wow, deforestation video. Oh, deforestation live on land. Okay, come up. We are still waiting. All right.
Oh, okay. Um. Okay. Uh. Hello. My name is Kamal from Year 6B, and today I'll be presenting my PYP journey about life on land, and my topic is deforestation. Can you go to the next slide? Okay, this is my table of contents. As you can see, situation, task, action, and result. Situation, reason why I'm doing this project. Task, the problem, issue, and my project goal. Action, what I do in my project to achieve my goal, and result, my reflection, and what I have learned during the process and what impact that I have made to the world. Okay. Why I'm doing this project. I'm doing this project because I think deforestation is a really big problem in the world that not only affects plants and animals but humans too. And I was also really interested on this topic. Okay. And these And these are some facts that I gathered up from my research. As you can see, there's a lot of problems that deforestation caused to this world. With approximately 42 million trees are cut down each day, 46 to 48,000 square miles of forest are lost every year. A study reveals the Earth is on track to run out of trees in 300 years. Okay, this is my goal and my issue and goal, and it is to raise awareness about to people about this issue, and the issue is human impacts led to loss of around 40% of the world's forests. And this is some of the other issues that I gathered from my research. And let's start from plants. The issue from plants are deforestation can lead certain tree species to permanently disappear, which affects biodiversity of plant species in an environment. And animals. Deforestation causes habitat destruction, increased risk of predation, reduced food availability, and much more to animals. And humans. See, the loss of forests, deforestation can act as an incubator for insect-borne and other infectious diseases that affect humans, and these sicknesses such as malaria and dengue fever. And this is the area of forest that is in the world currently in 2000 until 2000 and 2020 until 2000 and 2020. As you can see, in 2000 it was 3.9 billion hectares. 2010, 4 billion hectares, and 2020, 2.05 billion hectares. And this is the tropical primary forest and tree cover loss from 2002 to 2020. As you can see, the number were high in 2015 and 2016, and it got lower in 2020. Okay. Okay. And this is the interview. This is when there was a guest speaker, and I made and to get information about the deforestation, I list some of questions and ask to the expert, the guest speaker, and I do the research about the deforestation in Ice on the Forest .org.island. And this is my goal. Yeah, to increase awareness about the issue and do small actions to solve the issue. Okay, and action. These are my actions. First, me and my group me and my group made an
Kamu bahwa 97% ekosistem. Tahukah kamu bahwa 97% ekosistem di bumi sudah dirubah oleh manusia? Ini artinya hanya 3% ekosistem yang masih alami.
Perubahan ekosistem ini tidak hanya berdampak pada perubahan iklim dunia, tetapi juga mengancam 1.225 jenis hewan terancam punah di Indonesia.
Penyebab terbesar dari perubahan itu adalah pengundulan hutan yang dilakukan secara liar.
Penggundulan hutan ini juga berdampak pada jumlah cadangan air dan dapat menyebabkan terjadinya berbagai bencana alam seperti banjir, longsor, dan kebakaran hutan.
Penting bagi kita untuk menjaga kelestarian hutan karena hutan memberikan banyak manfaat bagi manusia. Jadi teman-teman, kita jaga bumi ini bersama-sama. Teman-teman bisa ikut menjaga bumi dengan
1. Menanam pohon memanfaatkan ruang terbuka di sekitar kita. 2. Mencegah penggundulan hutan melalui edukasi. 3. Mengurangi penggunaan kertas. 4. Meningkatkan kesadaran orang-orang mengenai pentingnya hutan bagi bumi.
Selamatkan bumi kita dan lingkungannya menjadi sangat penting karena kesejahteraan kita bergantung pada bumi.
Bumi memberi makanan dan air untuk semua makhluk hidup. Tanggung jawab kita adalah merawatnya. Mari kita jaga hutan dan selamatkan hewan langka di Indonesia.
And this is the Earth Day special, and this is the day where I presented the video to the audience to raise awareness about the deforestation. And this is my diorama that I made about deforestation. I showed this in the exhibition yesterday, and it is the before after of deforestation. So the right side is before deforestation and the left side is after deforestation. And because of that, as you can see, it ruins the environment for the Sumatran rhino and endangered its species. And this is my reflection. And this is a reflection question. So first, what were some of the most interesting discoveries I made while working on this project? Well, with approximately 42 with the discoveries that I made that is interested is the research, and it's like approximately 42 million trees are cut down each day, and the facts that I got from my research. Now the second question is, what were some of my most challenging moments and what made them so? My most challenging moments was probably the exhibition because I had to also speak Indonesia, and I don't speak it really fluently, even though I am Indonesian. And yeah, it makes it really hard because there's also a lot of people and stuff. And the question, if I could have changed something for the last time, it would be I could have probably make the slide longer and more clear, so you guys will also see it. And third question, if I had a chance to pick a different topic, what would I and why? No. The other topic was animal abuse, and I picked deforestation from my life online. Now, I picked deforestation because, of course, I think it's a really big problem, and I was really interested in it. And animal abuse, I just didn't see the big problem. What new skill did I learn while doing this project? I learned that you can make a video in Canva, and I picked up a few skills for making the slides and stuff. And yeah, it was really fun. And that's it for my reflection questions. And yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for listening. I hope you enjoy my presentation. And yeah.
Thank you, Kamal. Let's give him a big round of applause. Kamal. Wow. Human impacts led to the loss of around 40% of the world's forest. Wow. So,
Yeah.
Kamal wants to raise awareness to people about this issue, yeah, because we need forests. Living things need forests. Thank you, Kamal.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you.
Moving on. Thank you. Moving on to the next presenter. Let's welcome Kevin Renjiro Atariansya. Kevin Renjiro. Wow. Hello, Kevin.
Hello, my name is Kevin Nanjiro Atariansha, and today I will be presenting. I will be doing my presentation about life below water. Can you move on to the next slide? Hello, my name is Kevin Nanjiro Atariansha, and I'm from Sekolah Cikal Cilandak Year 6B, and I will be talking about my PYP. My topic is life below water. So I chose this topic because fish play an important role in our lives, so I want to learn more about the underwater world. This topic is very important because I see a lot of dirty rivers and underwater animals in danger, so I wanted to help. And also because plastic is very dangerous in Indonesia. I felt disgusted after visiting the Chilewing River because of how polluted it looked and how people don't recycle their rubbish or use less plastic. People are unaware of how badly throwing trash in the incorrect places affects our environment. Next slide. Why this topic is important. So, in my jam board, we talked about why plastic is vital to fish and to our lives in my jam. And so there's a cycle where plastic waste breaks down into smaller pieces, which turn into microplastic and ends up inside fish. The fish don't realize that it's in their body. So when the plastic gets smaller, we humans will catch the fish and eat it without realizing there's plastic inside, putting our bodies in danger. The impact of microplastic. Microplastic's impact on human health is extremely dangerous since it produces toxic chemicals that can disrupt your reproductive system, cause liver damage, stunt growth, and possibility of giving you cancer. My problem. Field trip to Chiliwung River. Going to the Chiliwung River to check how our environment looks, I realized that trash kills not only fish but also wildlife such as seagulls and whales. So I noticed that many people don't care about recycling plastic. Instead, they toss it in the incorrect areas, polluting the Chiliwung River. I spotted a lot of plastic, styrofoam, and other debris in the water, as well as unused toys and clothes. I learned a lot here on this field trip. Our central idea, the interdependence of a balanced marine ecosystem depends on human action. So we can achieve this by beginning to care for the environment and assisting in the proper disposal of waste, taking action to clean the environment and assist animals, and influencing people to clean the beaches and oceans. Our central idea. We need to take responsibility for this project because it has the potential to teach people about why it is important and how we can inspire the people to be more responsible about the situation. We need function to understand why fish make mistake plastic for food, whether they swallow it by accident or on purpose, and how fish feel when they eat it. We must learn about connections in order to understand the relationship between human and marine life, as well as if human can exist without plastic in the future. Next slide. Alas guest speaker. Alas is a website where you can buy food and reusable food packaging, so you can use the Alas food packaging instead of plastic the next time you order food. This will really benefit the environment because we will not be throwing away as much plastic if we adopt Alas food packaging. Using Alas food packaging benefits not only the fish environment but also the entire planet because we will not have to toss away as much waste. My action. So this is my action video. In this video, a plastic food packaging was brought to court to determine if he was guilty or not, as well as meet witnesses and the individuals who was poisoned by microplastic. He was eventually imprisoned as a result of his actions. It took me and my team a few days to capture and edit this movie, and after we were finished, we decided to make it. We decided to share it on social media platforms like Instagram.
Selamat datang kembali Pak Cito. Sepertinya kali ini masalahmu berbeda dengan apa yang kemarin-kemarin. Kasus Anda itu adalah meracuni ribuan ikan pada hari Senin pukul 10.45 waktu Indonesia Barat. Apakah benar itu ulahmu?
Iya Hakim, itulah saya.
Di sini juga Anda melakukan kejahatan lain seperti membunuh lebih dari 100 juta makhluk hidup di lautan Pasifik dan Atlantik karena dari limbah plastik. Efeknya adalah ikan-ikan mati dan mengambang di lautan. Tanaman air laut mulai mati karena efek tidak baik yang kamu lakukan. Apakah itu benar, Pak Cito?
Itu benar, Pak.
Dan di sini juga ada lagi. Kamu membuat lingkungan kami jadi lebih beracun. Itu kejahatan dari Pak Cito sekarang. Kita dengar saksi-saksi Pak Cito.
Saya melihat Pak Cito masuk ke makanan manusia, dan manusia itu memakannya. Saya menemukan plastik Cito di teh, sayuran, madu, dan banyak lagi, berukuran 5 mm.
Saya melihat Pak Cito dan teman-temannya jatuhkan diri di jalanan supaya orang-orang terpeleset.
Mikroplastik dari Pak Cito diam-diam masuk ke makanan saya.
Wah, ini bukti yang sangat kuat ini. Pak Cito, apakah Anda tahu bahayanya Anda? Anda dapat menjadi mikroplastik yang bisa membahayakan bahkan meracuni manusia. Seperti apa yang Anda lakukan pada Ibu Kenisha.
Tapi bagaimana bisa masuk? Kan saya tidak dimakan oleh ibunya.
Orang-orang memakai Anda dan membuangnya sembarangan. Saat manusia membuang Anda di laut, ikan-ikan akan mengira makanannya dan akan dimakan ketika manusia memakan ikan dari lautan. Mikroplastik yang ada di dalam ikan itu sekarang berada di tubuh manusia karena memakan ikan yang berisi mikroplastik. Bagaimana ikan itu memakan kamu itu karena mereka mengira kamu makanan mereka, dan masuk ke perut, dan jika ikan masih memakan kamu, sudahlah mereka bisa mati.
Oh begitu.
Anda itu harus melihat edible film. Dia itu sangat gampang dibuat, bahan-bahannya juga sangat mudah. Hanya menggunakan gelatin, bisa dimakan lagi dengan manusia. Lebih bagusnya lagi, edible film juga bisa terurai oleh air. Ini benar-benar 100% sehat dan ramah lingkungan. Tidak sepertimu. Kamu itu hanya bisa dipakai satu kali, susah untuk terurai. Kamu mending jadi benda lain yang dapat digunakan kembali, jangan bertebaran di mana-mana secara sembarangan. Kamu tidak tahu, 73% sampah di pantai seluruh dunia adalah plastik dan salah satunya adalah Anda, Bapak Tito. Karena masalahmu sangat banyak dan terhubung ke masalah baru, kamu akan saya penjarakan seumur hidup.
Pre-action form. This is an important question since we can see how frequent so this is an important question since we can see how frequently people use plastic. Next slide. This, according to my observation, some people gain knowledge from our action video. So I want to raise awareness about people using plastic packaging and encouraging them to switch to reusable food packaging, such as silicone, which I learned about from a guest speaker from Alice Food Packaging. I'll also make a poster and a film to raise awareness about it, which I'll share on social media. So this is my steps for my action. So first, we need to make a form before our action video to test for people's knowledge, and then after that, we make a video to spread awareness. Then after that, we make a video to see if people learned from our action video, and then last, I made a poster to spread awareness. My reflection. So I learned about how to make a nice presentation as well as how to make a good as well as how to have good presentation skills. The difficulties that I had were that it was difficult for me to locate reliable sources. I overcame it by continuing to look for better sources. I also discovered that we should avoid using Wikipedia because it can be edited by multiple people. My action video and poster had the effect of convincing some people to abandon their use of plastic in favor of reusable things. The PYP profile and Cikal dimension is cooperative because I learned how to work with my team, such as when we made the movie together at the Cikal studio and when we edited together. And I also believe I demonstrated the dimension cooperative by working with my group to find the correct answer and information for our Jamboard. I also needed the dimension thinker because I needed to think to find the proper answer. Okay, that's it for my presentation, and thank you for watching and listening for my presentation.
Thank you, Kevin. Okay, let's give him a big round of applause. Kevin Renjiro. Wow. The interdependence of a balanced marine ecosystem depends on human action. Wow, wow. We do agree. We need ocean, we need fish, yeah, and also every ecosystem, every living thing in the ocean needs the interdependence. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Kevin. Moving on to the next presenter. Let's welcome Rimbi Shabita Kasintala. Shabita.
Hello, my name is Rimbi Shabita Kasintala, and today I will do my presentation about racism and my PYP process. Um, So my topic of PYP is about racism, and I hope you guys enjoy my presentation. Next slide. So, hello, my name is Srimbisha Bitaka Sindala. I'm a sixth grader in Cikal Cilandak. Today, I will be showing my PYP project for my sixth grade graduation requirements. I'm a PYP mentis under Pa Ilham Fauzia PYP group, who gave me and my friends a chance to fight for justice for many victims of racism. And my topic is about racism and sexism. We mainly focus and discuss on racism topic. Now, I would like you guys to listen to my process of fighting for justice to Asian, different color skin people, and other racism victims. Next slide on. And this is my mentor group, our group called Basudara. And this is all our PYP mentoring process evidence. Next slide. And this is our central idea. Respecting diversity makes a difference to how people connect with each other. Next slide on. And the situation, like the problem and issue. Next slide. So the main issue and topic, in a racist situation, many religious places are being taken down, though they have not done anything wrong. People are arrested for doing nothing just because they have different race, color, skin, body type, and many more reasons. Many people are also being treated differently for being a different race or skin color and many things. Like the George Floyd case, he was murdered by a Minnesota police, Derek Chauvin. And a mosque in Palestine was also bombed and shoot attacked by an Israel terrorist. Next slide. This is the evidence I found on the internet based on my research. Next slide. And why I choose this topic. So I choose this topic because for me, this issue should be more talked by everyone. It's really important to discuss and talk more about this. And every time racism case will become worse and worse. So for me, it's really nice if we discuss more about racism to help us get noticed and fight for justice, and that the perpetrator can get what they deserve. Next slide. This is the evidence of demo fighting for like Black Lives Matter. This is them fighting for justice for victims that have experienced racism. Next slide. The importance of the topic. So this is basically like the effect. So racism is really bad surrounding. It can basically affect your mental health, especially for kids. It can affect their mental health or even their physical health. This is example of mental health they can get: PTSD, anxiety, grief, and stress. And sometimes the victim can turn into a really quiet person, like introvert person, after experiencing racism. Based on what I found, usually a victim of racism kept their racism experience to themselves, and that's what can cause the stress, PTSD, and many more mental problems. And 45% of family experience racism, and it causes them mental health, sleep difficulties, obesity, and asthma because they maybe can't handle the pressure of like the racism they experience. Next slide. And this is the task or the progress. Next slide. So this is my guest speaker. I have a guest speaker named Kak Haidira. She told us about how bad and worse is racism cases. She also mentioned how do kids and others cope and try to deal with their trauma of racism experience. There was also a therapist guest speaker named Pa Ahmad. He also told how people deal with racism case. And in our learning session, we talk in Zoom, can be online or offline. We talk and brainstorm about our projects and products. We also do our mural on the first mat to guide to our exhibition and our product and promotion. Me and some of my PYP friends also do a couple of playdates to discuss about each of our products and let us review it to each other. Next slide. This is the evidence of Pak Ahmad, guest speaker. Next slide. And this is my action. My action is doing a campaign presentation on Earth Day. I present about the impact of racism case and what can it do to your mental health. And after that presentation, I got feedbacks that I need to improve visual and presenting. And after I talk, I decided to record myself in a video explaining about racism and the theory of racism. And I uploaded my video on social media, which is on TikTok. I uploaded about Samuel Morton, or the one who created the theory of racism. Next slide. This is the evidence. You can check our social media. Next slide, please. And this is the self-reflection. So the challenging part was making the slides and making edu content, since I don't know how to make edu content. And new skill I unlocked was creativity, thinking skill, and researching. I need to research a lot for my slide and information. I need to also have a creative thinking for my final product. I use thinking skill when brainstorming with my mentor and my friends. And I also want to share the most funnest experience was actually doing the questioning with Haidira, because she has so many information that can guide us to our final slides. That's it. Thank you for watching my presentation. I hope you guys can help us by trying to fight for justice for racism victims. Thank you.
Thank you, Shabita. Let's give her a big round of applause. Shabita. Wow, nice presentation. Respecting diversity makes a difference how people connect with each other. Wow, very nice, Shabita. Yeah. Moving on to the next presenter. Let's welcome Gianella Marsha Hutajulu. Gianella Marsha Hutajulu. Gia. Hi, Gia.
Hi.
Hello, ready? Are you ready? All right.
Yes. Okay. Hi, my name is Janelle Marsha. I'm going to be presenting about gender stereotype. Next slide. Okay. My mom. How I got this inspiration about gender stereotype, or how I got interested in my topic, is because mom. This is my mom. My mom is one of the people who fight for gender stereotype, especially in the Batak family. You see, in my culture, boys are called anak, meanwhile girls are called boru. The issue is, anak should be for any gender. It is also written in the Indonesian dictionary like that. Instead, it's only for boys in my Batak culture. Another thing is that if you're a girl and graduated high school, that's already enough, because you'll be only needing to learn how to cook, clean, and other things that are thought as stay-at-home wife. This drives me to choose gender stereotype as my chosen issue. I want people to be more open-minded, and I want kids to realize that they have more options to become, or they have more options for who to become they want to be in the future. Next slide. My three key concepts. My three key concepts are causation, perspective, responsibility. Causation. How does gender stereotype culture affects gender stereotype? To make questions for my key concepts for causation is, I choose causation because I wanted to know the roots, because gender stereotype issue, I want to use my questions. Perspective. How does gender stereotype affect us? I chose perspective because I want to see other people's viewpoint of gender stereotype, or what is their opinion about gender stereotype. Now, responsibility. What can we do to raise awareness about gender stereotype? I chose responsibility because I wanted to share and spread awareness about gender stereotype, especially parents. I want them to teach children to know that careers or jobs have no gender and children can choose what they want to be in the future. Next slide. Cause of gender stereotype. Gender roles are influenced by both our genes and role models, and children often copy adult role models such as their parents or teachers. After I decided on the key concepts, I started researching about the cause of gender stereotype. So, based on my finding, the causes of gender stereotypes are gender roles that are influenced by both our genes and role models. As I said, by genes it means whether someone is born in a male or female, while role models refer to the people who raise us, or the people who we look up to while growing up. Since gender roles are at or start at a young age, gender stereotypical things such as boys should not cook or girls should stay at home are learned by sons and daughters. That's why they grow up looking, learning, and copying those stereotypes. Next slide. My conclusion of my survey. Many people have been stereotyped. The most experienced gender stereotyping is at home and office for kids and also for adults. Apart from doing some research, I also created a survey for pre-teenagers to adults to obtain more information about gender stereotype. One of the questions are, have you ever experienced gender stereotyping? It shows that many people have experienced it. Then another question was, where does gender stereotypes happen mostly nowadays? From the results, 42% people experience it at home, and 38.6% experience it in office or workplace. Moving on, me and my friend Freya's theory is that people get stereotyped a lot in social media, but turns out it was false. Which is probably true that gender stereotype happens at home, since children grow up at home and gender stereotype starts from a very, very young age. Continuing to the next slide. Some facts about gender stereotype in our country. In Indonesia, women are treated in second place to men. Also in Indonesia, gender goes higher than human potential or any potential. I read some articles about gender equality issues in Indonesia. Women in Indonesia are treated in a second place to men. What I meant by also in Indonesian, gender goes higher than human potential with how much potential is in a girl. She will never get a chance to achieve things, or probably get scholarships or job offerings like boys or men do. I read a few articles and I found these facts. It made me realize that girls are prohibited to work and forced to become a housewife. Meanwhile, men become the breadwinner of the family and go to work. Got this article from, you can see there in my sources. It is entitled Improving Gender Equality in Indonesia. The importance of addressing gender norms and girl attitude survey. Here you can see in my resources, those are some of the articles that I actually have read, and there are still a few more, but I'll put that information later. Continuing to the next slide. Here is a picture of my guest speaker with Ibu Miss Dwi Faiz. Here you can see we had that guest speaker in Jakarta, March 10th, 2022. However, I found out that when I attended the guest speaker session, here you can see the guest speaker is explaining, Ms. Dwi Faiz, she is the head of the program of the UN Women As you can see from the photo, she was explaining about what gender equality is and the meaning of gender equality. This was a special session since Miss Dewey only spoke to the Year 6 students who chose gender equality, as they are discussed SDGs. Next slide. My solutions. My solutions are creating online campaigns to the Year 7 students where you can see and create a quiz about gender stereotype and create a website. I decided to present it to the Year 7 because we wanted to see the Year 7's knowledge about gender stereotype in the form of a quiz. So actually, after we showed our slide presentation to Year 7, we did a quiz together to test their knowledge along with the teachers. For the website, I got inspired for the website since people are doing online campaigns through Instagram, wanted to do something different than that. That is why I created an online campaign in the form of a website. I created this website with the help of my friend Freya. The purpose of our website is actually for people to learn more about gender stereotype and tips about gender stereotype, which is shown in our website. Continuing to our taking action, next slide. Taking action. Here you can see I was explaining about male stereotyping, which gender stereotype actually happens to girls and boys. Me and my friend Freya created a campaign together as our final product. We created a slide presentation to the Year 7. We chose the 7th grade because they are teenagers who understand gender stereotype issues, and some of them are dealing with it. During my campaign, we don't only teach the students but also the homeroom teachers, since they are parents and gender stereotype usually happens at home. I have a wish that parents feel the need to start teaching their children that they can be anything they want in terms of choosing ideals and professions when they grow up, and it will not be based on their gender. Next slide. Here is our photo of the quiz results when we did the quiz. I created this campaign by collaborating with Freya, who was also at the same group as me. Freya created the quizzes. Since we created the campaign together, we split our work half. For example, Freya created the quiz, I did the slides, and so on. She created most of the merch designs that we print on our tote bags, while I created a website that has a lot of useful information and tips about gender equality. We ran this online campaign together, and you could also know more about us on our website. Here, can you go to the next slide? Okay, here is actually a picture of our website. As there was mentioned, this is our website. You can go to the website address as shown on the screen, or you may scan the QR code for an easy and fast way to go there. In this website, you can see tips for children, mainly pre-teenagers and teenagers, as well as parents to not end up stereotyping their kids, and how to feel less sad and stressed for teenagers when they are getting stereotyped. You can also see news about gender stereotype and gender equality. You can also follow our friend's Instagram there, Body Shaming, that was created by my group mate, Akio. Moving on to reflection. Lastly, I did a reflection at the end of my PYP journey. The reflection I made about the PYP concepts and dimensions that I chose, the answer for causation is cultures affect gender stereotype by individualizing a person by their gender. Cultures use rated masculine and feminine traits, collectives, and not individuals. As for the answer for our perspective concept, gender stereotype may lead to discrimination, inequality, and create unequal or unfair treatments at home, school, and workplace. Since gender stereotype happens or starts at a very young age until adulthood. Fortunately, people have been more aware of this issue. In recent years, many organizations, institutes, groups, and even individuals, they have started to raise the awareness of gender roles. They teach their children and themselves to be accepting of different gender roles at home. That is the form of responsibility. That is the form of responsibility concept. We could also use gender-neutral languages, such as the word chairperson. Is an example of gender-neutral words because it doesn't use any feminine or masculine traits. Throughout my PYP journey, I showed innovative, reflective, and action-oriented. As part of being innovative, I created a website. For reflection, creating the website, I could be more independent on creating the website alone. And lastly, action-oriented, I conducted a campaign to an older audience than me, and I also sold my merch during my PYP exhibition booth. I sold tote bags with design promoting gender equality. And lastly, can you go to the last slide? Thank you. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation, and hope you can also promote gender stereotype. Thank you.
Thank you, Gia. Let's give her a big round of applause. Gia, Nella. Okay, Gia. Causes of gender stereotype. Gender roles are influenced both by our genes and role model. So we have to be good role model. Okay?
Yes.
Thank you, Gia. Very nice. All right, that concludes this PYPX talk session. We would like to thank our Year 6 students for their inspiring presentation and to the audience for your attendance. We would like to inform you that you can watch the following PYPX talk sessions via Sekolah Cikal YouTube channel. Also, you are welcome to visit the offline PYPX exhibition at the SQRes Marketing Gallery, Lebak Bulus. Small steps today, sustainable world tomorrow. I am Daniel. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.
Disinilah tempat ayah ibuku percaya takkan ada batas untuk mimpiku bergerak, belajar, tumbuh jadi pelita, terangi langkah ceria. Tempat aku membuka mata, mengenal indahnya dunia, melangkah bersama, berkarya untuk Indonesia. Maka Cikal jadi sekolah kita. Disinilah tempat mata hatiku terbuka, takkan ada hati belajar bila tak bisa menjadi arti untuk sesama, temani langkah mulia. Tempat aku membuka mata, mengenal indahnya dunia, melangkah bersama, berkarya untuk Indonesia. Maka Cikal jadi sekolah kita. Jadilah warga dunia, pribadi bahagia, ajak hati belajar merdeka.